Bem-vindos a mais um HurbCast. Hoje a gente tem um HurbCast muito especial, international, como a gente costuma dizer aqui na Live Shop. Quem assiste já está acostumado. É uma live muito especial, um episódio muito especial. A gente espera que vocês gostem, produzimos com muito carinho. Comigo é uma honra apresentar para vocês a Juliana Glória.
Oi, gente. Eu já começar aqui no hello. Oi, gente, tudo bem? Primeiro podcast aqui com a Ju. Prazerzão.
Bem-vinda, Ju.
Obrigada, Ju. Ju e Ju.
Hoje é dia de Ju e Ju.
Hoje é dia de mulher.
Hoje é dia de mulher. A gente tá numa semana super especial. Com a gente sempre Brownica aqui na mesa. Obrigada, Mônica, pelos brownies maravilhosos aqui pra todo mundo. Depois sigam o Instagram, @_Brownica, brownies que derretem na boca. E com a gente lá no telão, direto da Nigéria, a gente tá com a Charity Ekezie. Hello, Charity. Welcome to Brazil.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
We are thrilled to have you with us in such an important week. It's Women's International Day, and we'll talk about a lot of things. But first, Juliana is going to ask you something.
Yeah, hi, Charity. How are you? We are very happy.
I'm good, Juliana. How are you?
I'm fine, thank
Yes,
you.
I am.
So, we were talking here, me and Ju, about your career, about what you are nowadays in TikTok, on Instagram, but we were talking that how was your childhood? Because we think that it was not the same that it are today. So tell us more about it, please.
About my childhood?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. My childhood was like, I think every normal African childhood. I lived in Cameroon, even though I'm not Cameroonian. I grew up in Cameroon, and I attended my primary school education in Cameroon. And then after 6 years of my schooling in Cameroon, my parents were like, oh, you have to come back to Nigeria so you can get connected to your roots. So I came back to Nigeria and continued my education. And I finished my secondary school education, which you guys call high school, I think. And then I went to the university here and completed my degree. And that's it. My childhood was just normal, like every African child. Yeah.
Do you have school in Africa?
No, we don't have schools in Africa because we're born intelligent. We don't need to ask anything. We can just ask the gods for inspiration.
Charity, so when did you start producing content to internet? How it was at the beginning, and how it came what it is today?
Oh, I started producing content way long ago. I started in, I think, 2014 to create content for YouTube and sometimes my Facebook and my Instagram. But it wasn't as good or as popular as my TikTok.
TikTok is very difficult. The algorithm? Yeah. It's very difficult. It's not that
No, TikTok algorithm is very easy, but YouTube algorithm is very difficult.
Yeah, very
but TikTok algorithm is beautiful.
Okay.
So when did you come up with the idea? When you started receiving the questions that Juliana just made, to answer them in using humor as a way of teaching people about your country and about your roots and about what you have. When did you come up with this? How did you come up with this idea?
I started making videos with this early last year, around January. I got a lot of comments on one of my posts that went viral, and people were asking me if I was really in Africa and how I have a phone in Africa and which water are they going to drink, And I've already seen people who do this to other people's profile and pages, but I never replied them because it was not on my page.
Yeah.
So when I received the question on my page, I was like, good. Now I'm going to start responding the way I So I started responding them after I saw the questions on my page.
And at the beginning, do you think people felt weird about it?
Yeah.
Did they understand that you were making fun, or were they like, oh, is it okay?
Yeah,
is it real?
Okay, so in the beginning, some Africans understood that I was making a joke and they were laughing. Some of them even helped me make the joke in the comment section. Like I could be talking about giraffes, and then other Africans would come under my comment section and say, yes, my giraffe too, my giraffe too. And people were confused. They were like, wait, is she serious? But eventually they started understanding that it's a joke.
Okay, fine. When you first realized that your work was followed by people around the world, it's like scared.
How did you feel
Yeah.
about it when you realized that everyone was watching and everyone was having fun and understanding much more from you?
I was happy because it's not just the fact that people are watching, it's the fact that people are learning. It's not just about the comedy or making people laugh, it's about teaching people about Africa.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is me. I'm in Africa and I'm living in my beautiful house, well furnished. I'm not probably one of I may not be considered middle class in my country, but I'm okay. So there are parts of Africa that are like this, and there are also parts of Africa that are not like this. But my own main goal is to teach people that not all of Africa
Yeah.
is the way they expect, they imagine, or they see in their TV.
Yeah,
So
there are
it's a
some.
good thing for me when a lot of people are watching.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fine. There are some stereotypes about Africa and about people who lives there, about technology. There's there. So I think it's a way to teach people that Africa is not the way that like TV shows and film shows. So it's very important.
Yeah, it is. Especially for those people who believe that Africa is a country and not a continent. It's a very big problem.
Yeah,
Yes.
So I've been trying,
yeah. The
I've been
problem
trying my
starts
best to
there.
educate them.
Yeah.
Yes.
And do you have a feedback? We were talking about as a woman. Did you ever felt threatened? Do you ever felt scared about what you're doing? Did someone get to you and say to you, you cannot do this. This is not the way you should follow. Did you ever felt scared or threatened at any time?
Personally, in my life, I grew up very empowered. I don't know. I guess I have that personality of being someone who does and achieves what they want to achieve. And I have a family that supports me. I have my younger brother who is the one who is the professor, who is always very supportive. But I've had outside sources and people who are looking at me like, oh, in Africa, if you're not married at a certain age, people start seeing you as you're not achieving anything yet, no matter how big you achieve. So I get a lot of, oh, don't you want to go get married? You're 31. You should have been settled down with kids by now. Yeah, I understand your career and all that, but you have to get married and blah, you're a woman. Your time is going and all that stuff. So yeah, I get a lot of that.
Yeah.
But because of the kind of personality I have, I really don't care when people make those assumptions. I know that everything comes at its own time.
This is perfect. We
yeah.
believe this also. And as a woman, we know that we have some people come to us asking us about things that we can, nowadays, we can decide for our own. But it's still difficult for people to hear about it and
Understand
accept
it.
that and understand it. So yeah, thanks for showing empowerment on this matter also. This is perfect.
Yeah. Do you want
I
children?
just believe a woman can achieve what. Yes, definitely. I want babies. I want children. But the thing is, I believe it's going to happen when it's going to happen. I don't believe women should be forced to get into things that they are not ready for. Especially African women, we get to suffer being forced into getting married. Sometimes just you get everybody is always on your neck, and then when you get married, they start asking you when are you having kids. Like it's nobody's business. You're allowed to do what you want to do when you should do it.
Oh my God.
Yes,
That's it.
that's it. Yes. So
Yeah, and I believe that women can achieve whatever they want to achieve. Marriage should be the cherry on top, and not, oh, when you're married then you've reached your goal in life. No, we have other goals. We have dreams. We can achieve our dreams then marry, or marry and achieve our dreams. It doesn't matter.
Oh,
Great.
We have here in the things we wanted to ask just about the dreams. What are your dreams for the future? What are you trying to achieve in the next years?
Oh, I've had so many things I've dreamed of, and I keep consistently saying that I've always wanted to work as a TV newscast presenter. I studied journalism and I worked on radio for about 3.5 years. And now I'm looking forward to eventually working on TV in the future as a newscaster. I've always loved that. It doesn't matter what, it just has to be either newscast, broadcast, whatever, just something broadcast journalism. I've always wanted that. And then, of course, definitely do other things and, try to empower people and still keep teaching about Africa because they don't get tired of learning.
Awesome.
We have some similarities here. When people look at Brazil, they also see what they want to see. So they see carnival, they see football, they see some things that are just a part of what we are. And by the time you get to share about you and your culture, the way that you are doing, you eventually teach people and you can bring them closer to you. Do you get messages from girls around the world, and what do the girls tell you? Do they identify with you? How is it? Tell us.
Yeah, I've gotten a couple of DMs from some girls in my DM who tell me that they look up to me, they are proud of what I'm doing, and I'm empowering them. And just recently, about 2 days ago, I got a message from a girl who said she's Indian and she's dark-skinned Indian. So she said she grew up being mocked and laughed at because she's dark-skinned and people were always making jokes at her and she was bullied. Until now, she doesn't really feel good about herself, but seeing that I am black and I'm proud and I'm always out there, doing my stuff, she feels empowered to do more. So I told her that she's actually very beautiful and that the color of her skin is even the best. And I try to encourage her to never get, talked down by people and to keep pushing. So yeah, I get a lot of messages like this from random girls. Not so many, but the very few that come my way, I try my best to encourage them.
Do you have people who inspire you?
Yeah.
We're talking about inspiration. Who are the women that inspires you?
Because your content is it's original. It's very original. We don't see a lot of perfis? profiles talking about the way that you talk, like replying and do this content, the different content. So who inspires you?
Oh, well, I basically don't have, I have a lot of people who I love looking up to. First of all, Oprah Winfrey inspires me because of her journey in life and what she had to go through before she got to be heard as a woman. Then I have people like Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. She's a Nigerian author, and I always look up to her too because I know that her journey has been long and she's been representing Africa in a very beautiful light out there. So mostly these two people, but I have a lot more of people I look up to and I really appreciate what they are doing, male and female alike.
Perfect. Do you have any plans of visiting Brazil? Do you have you been traveling a lot?
I would please take me. I would love to visit. I would love to. I've always loved Brazil growing up. I've always said I would love to visit Brazil someday. Even when I was a kid, for some reason, I just loved Brazil and Spain. So I always said I would love to visit these two countries. So if someone is willing to take me to Brazil, I'm ready to go to Brazil. I would love to come.
Okay. We will be more than happy to have you here. If you come, please visit us, and it will be the
Definitely.
best time ever. And about the countries that you've been able to visit, what are the ones that you would think that was more important and special?
Oh, I've only been to Cameroon. I grew up in Cameroon, then Kenya. I went to Kenya in January for the first time. I left Nigeria in a very long time. I've only been to Kenya and Cameroon, and I must say that they are really beautiful, especially Nairobi. I didn't expect it to be. Of course, it was really nice. I've heard so much about Nairobi, but when I went there one on one, it was amazing. And I look forward to traveling to other African countries as much as I can to explore the continent before even thinking of going outside of Africa. I don't mind.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
great. So, Urbi is a travel company, is a travel tech company.
We are
So
in Rio. We are in Rio de Janeiro.
we are located in Rio de Janeiro, and we are celebrating 12 years. This March is our anniversary month, so we have a lot of special packages for our viewers, and we have African. We have Cidade do Cabo, Cape Town,
Egypt.
Cape Town,
Egypt.
Egypt. We
that's
have
South Africa.
South Africa. We have many different packages, so I hope that people can get inspired by your willing to travel and to know the places abroad and search for the packages in our website. And I was also thinking about, we were talking, me and Juliana, we read that some time ago, you mentioned that you've never experienced racism until you joined TikTok. So how was it for
Yeah.
you? Tell us about what happened back then.
So the first time I joined TikTok, the first time one of my videos went viral, this was about 3 months into TikTok. I got comments like, "Oh, with a drawing of monkey and some talks," but I didn't understand it was racist. So I was even responding to the comments, and I liked each comment. And then a friend of mine saw it, and was a friend of mine who lives in the US saw it and was like, "Why did you like and respond to this comment?" I was like, "I just wanted to respond." And the person said, "No, that is a racist comment. The person is calling you a monkey." I was like, "Oh, I didn't know that," because it's so weird for me to understand racism because I live in a country where we are all mostly blacks. So there is no racism over here. So I did not understand that some of those things were racist towards me until I started learning. I started learning about racism and how people can be racist to you without actually saying the words. And it was a very, very trying time for me. At first, I was laughing it off because I felt like it was so funny. Like, people don't say things like this. But then one time, one of them made a comment about my skin and said that the water I was making my video in is as brown as my skin and is washing off the black off me. So that one got me depressed for a while before I responded to the video.
You were able to respond at Charity. Were you able to?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I eventually responded, but I did not respond until after a week or 2 weeks, until I got over the depression from the comments before I responded.
Yeah.
So
Here in Brazil, we have a lot of cases with big artists, big black artists, singers and actors. So here's more common, unfortunately. But to you that live with all people are like you, it's very scared. I think not that good.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Because unfortunately, I live in Nigeria, and in Nigeria we are mostly dominated with black people like us. So nobody is racist to anybody over here.
that's what we look forward for every country. We look forward to have this kind of respect, this kind of vision about each other for in every country, not only in Nigeria. What you experience is what we want to experience abroad. So we think that your work again is very important to make us progress, achieve of what we need to achieve, and that's why we wanted so much to have you here with us. And we want you to please send a message that might encourage girls from all the countries, Brazilian girls also, to be strong, to stay strong, to believe their faith, and anything you can say, Charity.
Okay, basically, I would just like to encourage every girl watching this to know that they are beautiful and they can achieve anything they want to achieve. Don't ever compare yourself to the men and say, oh, a man can do this, I can't do this. There is nothing you can't do if you put your mind to it. And nobody's going to do it for you. You have to stand up and do it. And don't let anybody talk you down or make you feel like if you're not in a certain level in life, you're not there yet, you're not achieving anything, or you're not successful. Everything happens to everyone at its own time. Just be patient, just believe in yourself, just work hard, and then keep the consistency. And you will see your results coming, and you're going to be very, very amazed. And if you're also watching this and you're dark skinned like me, who probably didn't know what racism was until I joined TikTok, if you've experienced racism at any point in your life, I would like to encourage you to just believe that you're beautiful and there's nobody that can ever be compared to you, and ignore the haters. You'll be very successful.
Meu Deus.
Yeah, this is amazing. This is amazing. Thank you so much for being with us. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you. My pleasure. I wish I could be there with you in the office right now.
We love that. We'll make it happen somehow. We'll make it happen. I promise you. And thanks again,
Okay.
Charity. We
Thank
are
you.
delightful to have you here, Juliana. If you want to say something.
Yeah, thank you, Charity. You inspire people.
Thank you, Juliana.
You're awesome. You're awesome. We love your content, and success for you. And
Thank you.
and see you in Rio, in
Thank
Brazil.
you. I can't wait to be in Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah, thank you.
So happy International Women's Day for you, for your whole family.
Happy International Women's Day to the both of you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye, Charity. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Obrigada,
Thank you
galera,
so
quem
much.
assistiu.
Okay.
Essa foi a
Bye.
Charity, ao vivo com
Tchau.
a gente, lá da Nigéria. Um beijo, feliz Dia Internacional das Mulheres. É sobre empoderamento e é sobre muita coisa que a gente conversou aqui. Esperamos que vocês tenham gostado, né, Ju?
É isso aí, gente. Obrigada pela participação de todo mundo. Primeiro podcast em inglês, gente. Pelo amor de Deus.
Obrigada, galera. Beijo,
Tchau,
até o
tchau.
próximo.